we look at the tail of the tape, Pineda the younger, 5 years younger than Mayweather. Mayweather has a slight advantage on the reach of 1/2 an inch, a 1 pound weight advantage, and the reach, 1.5 inches. He will need all of that against Rafael Pineda, who will be very busy. Once again, the rules for the IBF. It's a 10-point must system, no standing 8 count, no 3-down knockdown rule, and saved by the bell in the last round only. This evening there will be 3 judges scoring the fight.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the Reno Sparks Convention Center here in Reno, Nevada, Top Rank Incorporated, in association with Cedric Christian Promotions and the undisputed, undefeated King of Beer, Budweiser, present World Championship Boxing for your entertainment. This bout is sanctioned by the Nevada State Athletic Commission and the International Boxing Federation. IBF President Robert W. Lee, supervisor at ringside for the IBF, Bob Weitzel. The scoring will be done on a 10-point must system, and the 3 judges assigned to ringside are Keith McDonald, Phil Newman, and Glenn Hamada. And once the bell rings, the man in charge of all the action working in a world title bout for the 57th time, referee Mills Lane. And now, ladies and gentlemen, man your battle stations. 12 rounds of boxing between the numbers 1 and 2 contenders for the IBF, the vacant junior welterweight championship of the world. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the white shorts with blue letters, he weighs an even 139 pounds. 26 victories with 24 KOs, only 1 defeat. He's ranked number 1 in the world by the International Boxing Federation. Ladies and gentlemen, from Barranquilla, Colombia, Rafael Pineda. And across the ring in the red corner, wearing the black trunks with gold trim, weighing an even 140 pounds, 40 victories to his credit with 25 KOs against 6 defeats. He's ranked number 2 in the world by the IBF. Ladies and gentlemen, the former 2-time world champion, the Black Mamba Roger Mayweather.
Okay, now look, if he goes right there, I'm not going to call it low. I want you to understand, right there is going to be all right. Right there, I'm not going to call it low, all right? For the championship of the world. Protect yourself at all times. Any questions here? Any questions here? Let's get it on.
And with his patented phrase, let's get it on, Mills Lane sends the boxers to their corner. Roger Mayweather in the red corner, Rafael Pineda in the blue corner. This is for the vacant IBF Junior welterweight. Roger Mayweather comes out throwing left jabs. Rafael Pineda, the younger by 5 years, with an impressive record. 26-1 with 24 knockouts. Roger Mayweather, known as the Black Mamba, will need every bit of his bite this evening. This is round 1 of a 12-round championship bout. And as anticipated, both men somewhat tentative in this early first round. A very intent look on the face of Roger Mayweather. He's looking into the eyes of Rafael Pineda. He tries a feint and a body shot. Connects lightly to the nose of Rafael Pineda. It's a left-right combination by Mayweather as he ducks away from a right cross by Pineda. Pineda connects with a left to the face of Mayweather. There's not much on it. They come in the form of jabs. You will see Pineda use that left jab to set up his right. You'll see that throughout the course of this fight. That's a good right to the side of the face of Pineda by Mayweather. It's a glancing blow. It does very little damage. Seven months ago, Mayweather suffered an injury to his right hand. He has since said that that hand does not hurt anymore. This will not be a factor in the fight. There's a glancing right shot off the head of Mayweather. There's another left jab by Pineda. Both men using left jabs. They're both right-handed. Once again, understandably, in this first round, it is a tentative round. This is for the vacant IBF junior welterweight title. Mayweather, if he wins, will be his third. Rafael Pineda, if he wins, it will be his first. And we draw to the close of round number 1 in the Reno Sparks Convention Center of this title bout between Roger Mayweather and Rafael Pineda.
¿Sentiste el golpe fuerte? Lift the rope up, John. Entonces, escúchame bien, lo que está haciendo está bien. No se haga
You're
problema.
listening to the corner of Rafael Pineda. Understandably, it's in Spanish. Presumably, you would say that the fighter needs to get busier. It was a very tentative round. Once again, as an observer, I see that as understandable. It's a title fight. It will go 12 rounds, or it's slated to go 12 rounds. You are doing some sparring at the beginning. You want to find out what the other guy has in mind.
It's your... That's it, Rod. Come on. Come on, baby.
All right, we're set for round number 2 at the Reno Sparks Convention Center in Reno, Nevada. Roger Mayweather, if you want to call him the elder statesman of the junior welterweight, he's 30 years old. Rafael Pineda, 25. Roger Mayweather weighing in at 140 pounds with a record of 40-6 and 25 knockouts. Rafael Pineda, 139 pounds, 26-1 with 24 knockouts. Very formidable for this young man. He backs Mayweather off. Mayweather is fighting out of the red corner. Rafael Pineda out of the blue corner. There's a right cross that barely misses the temple of Mayweather. Very little animation out of the faces of either man. Rafael Pineda, his face looks like it's set in stone. He looks determined. Mayweather very serious. I talked with Mayweather the other day. He is very determined about getting a third belt. He's owned titles in the WBA and the WBC. He wants this vacant IBF very badly. Both those punches from Mayweather glance off Pineda's gloves. Pineda with a strong left. It was mainly off the right arm of Mayweather, but it did back him off. It's a vicious left that misses. Mayweather trying his jab, wants to open up for the right. Jabs, 2 jabs by Pineda as he moves into Mayweather. Mayweather proving to be an elusive target. Roger Mayweather may have lost a step or 2, but he is certainly quick enough to keep the name the Black Mamba. That name, of course, reminiscent of a venomous snake in Africa that is lightning fast. There's a right that connects to the chin of Pineda. And Pineda throws some lumber of his own. A left to the jaw of Mayweather. Backs Mayweather up. Pineda doing most of the stalking. Mayweather on his pedals, moving backwards. Staying out of range of this young and fast boxer. 2 jabs move Mayweather away. Rafael Pineda doing a little bit of deception, faded to his left and through with his right. Those usually do not score as we come to the end of round number 2 at the Reno Sparks Convention Center in Reno, Nevada. Most of the cheering going for the ring girls provided by Budweiser beer. And that has been the sole excitement in 2 rounds thus far. Pineda taking his directions from his corner.
A ver, nene, yo lo voy a levantar cuando decía el tiempo, ¿eh? Vos no te levantes. Bien, el trabajo que está haciendo está bien.
We're set to start round number 3 for the vacant IBF Junior Welterweight crown. Roger Mayweather in black trunks, Rafael Pineda in blue and white. Thus far, we've seen very little action. Pineda throwing a right, moving Mayweather into the ropes and away. Presumably, Rafael's corner said, now we want you to get busy. Go after him. Roger Mayweather, very animated eyes looking straight into the face of Pineda. Pineda giving very little away. And he's not providing much of a target as well.
Time. Come on, get him up. Come on,
That's a low blow by Pineda, and he gets a warning from referee Mills Lane. No points will be deducted. That is just a warning. Now you'll notice that Rafael Pineda, when he's throwing his left jabs, he'll come with a looping right hand. It's an over-the-top right hand. It could work, but more often than not, it proves to be dangerous. Mayweather, the more seasoned of the two, looking for his opening. Roger Mayweather, a student of the game of boxing, well knowledgeable about the game going back into the late 1800s. There's a strong right that makes Mayweather cover up. A lot on it thrown by Pineda, but very little damage. And that might be said of the fight so far. Two of Mayweather's losses came at the hands of Julio Cesar Chavez. I was talking with Mayweather the other day, and he has a high degree of respect for the man. Some names he said he would like to fight. Hector Camacho came up. As did Meldrick Taylor. But I don't think he wants to get into the round with Meldrick Taylor. Now the crowd begins to get on both fighters. They want something to happen. And so far, very little has. We're in the 3rd round of a scheduled 12-round championship bout for the vacant IBF Junior Welterweight crown. As I said earlier, if Mayweather wins, it will be his 3rd. Pineda, his 1st.
All right, get him out. I want to step back. Come on, step back. Here we go. Come on.
Mills Lane telling both men to step back. If you're going to get in close, fight. If not, step back and go at it. We're coming to the end of the round now. This is round number 3 in the Reno Sparks Convention Center, Reno, Nevada. Once again, the crowd lets the fighters know of its displeasure. They want more action. You're looking in the corner right now of Roger Mayweather. There was a slight bit of blood coming out of Mayweather's mouth at the close of that round.
It's your time. You hear me? You worked hard for this fight, right? You know who you are. You're Roger Mayweather. We want a 3rd world title out there. I want you to keep your game plan, all right? Now give me another deep breath. You're the man out there, all right?
You heard it, motivational talk coming out of the corner of Roger Mayweather, telling him, you're the man, you worked hard for this fight, you want a third title. Well, he's going to have to work hard for it, and Rafael Pineda is going to have to work hard for it as well. Neither man doing any damage thus far. A while left by Pineda, misses as Mayweather backs off. Mayweather can use his experience. He can use his experience to expend the energy of Rafael Pineda. But both men have been frugal in the punches that they've thrown thus far. One might say that this fight can be determined thus far by what hasn't been done rather than by what has been done. Pineda coming at Mayweather, backing him into the ropes, and once again, Mayweather using that experience, that lateral movement to stay away. That will not sit well with the crowd as they begin to get on both boxers. As we watch Mayweather fight, he seems to be looking for an opening, but Mayweather and his corner know he has to create the openings. Pineda trying to cut the ring off from Mayweather, cut that lateral movement down. We will certainly not see fatigue as a factor thus far in the fight. Over 2 minutes gone in the round and nothing accomplished. As they move in, Roger Mayweather grabs on to Pineda. You probably heard Mills Lane say it. Let's get going. Mills Lane had quite an amateur career himself. This is his 57th title fight. He loves the game of boxing. He does not like inaction. Well, he's seeing a lot of inaction. There's a strong right from Mayweather. It was mainly gloved, but it did land on the face of Pineda. And a left glances off the jaw of Pineda. Mayweather starting to open up his jab a little too late in this round. There's a vicious left by Mayweather that missed. Pineda throws another left very close to being low. And we come to the end of the round. And the fans here at the Reno Sparks Convention Center voicing their displeasure as we have finished 4 rounds. The cheers, the adulation, that is saved for the ring girls. And that is not a good statement for a professional bout. That is a title fight. This fight for the IBF Junior welterweight crown. If these men want it, they better start working for it. Many people here in attendance tonight, and of course the main draw, George Foreman, will be taking on little-known Jimmy Ellis. Jimmy Ellis from Boise, Idaho, where he played football and was an All-American, getting his shot to unseat the incredible comeback of George Foreman. Well, we're getting ready for round number 5 here at the Reno Sparks Convention Center. Once again, both men come out dancing, but the crowd did not come to see a dance. They came to see a fight. The problem thus far in this bout is that Rafael Pineda does not want to make himself a target for the right hand of Mayweather. And Mayweather, doing his backpedaling and his lateral movement, does not want to lose in his bid for a 3rd title. So what you've seen is inaction. There's a thundering right hand from Pineda, but it misses. You can't hit what isn't there. And Mayweather is not willing to set himself up for the punching power of the younger Pineda. Pineda, once again, at 25 years old, 26-1 with 24 knockouts. Mayweather, 40-6 with 25 knockouts. Certainly Mayweather may be looking at this as if he doesn't win his third title, the possible end of a career. But if he loses the bout and it doesn't perform, he will not get many people in to see him fight anyway. It's tough to play the position of judge. This is not much of a bout thus far. We've gone 4.5 rounds, and it's a tough one to score. How do you score a bout like this? I would have to give the bout thus far to Pineda because he is taking the fight to Roger Mayweather. Each round we come to, the further away from the end of the round, the more the crowd begins to voice its displeasure. That's not a good sign. A lumbering left that misses by Pineda. Once again, we're in the 5th round of a 12-round championship bout for the vacant IBF Junior welterweight crown. Pineda throwing some jabs, some right crosses, and showing some life. Mayweather trying to stay away. He's going to have to begin to get into the fight, however. And that's the end of round number 5. The crowd getting more and more vocal in their displeasure at what they see. And what they see is inaction. You're looking at the corner of Rafael Pineda. They're putting ice on his eyes. If there is some swelling, it's certainly swelling that may be happening due to other factors than Roger Mayweather.
Yeah. You will be 3-time world champion. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Once again, Roger Mayweather's corner telling him, you're going to be a 3rd-time world champion. If that's the case, it will be because the other boxer spends his energy chasing him. Roger Mayweather thus far has been content to backpedal and use his lateral movement to stay away from the younger Pineda. There's a slight swelling under the right eye of Pineda. Mayweather seems to be unmarked at this time. Seen on Roger Mayweather is a slight rope burn on his back at this particular time. That's certainly due to the tactics of dodging Rafael Pineda. One is to see a positive light in this is that the defense is excellent. Both men are covering up. Neither man is giving the other a target. Mills Lane voicing his own displeasure. Referee Mills Lane saying enough of that as Mayweather uses his arm to push Pineda's head down. There's a sharp exchange. A left from Mayweather goes to the face of Pineda. Mayweather trying to set something up with his left jab. Pineda not giving it to him. Pineda stalking, tries a wild left that misses. There is a sharp exchange. That is the best exchange we've seen thus far in the fight. Once again, it put Mayweather back on his heels as he retreats. Continues to move backwards and laterally. Pineda looking to be the more effective in this round. That was more of a off-balance fall than it was a blow by Roger Mayweather. Both men connected. Pineda got the best of it. Pineda now seeming to take more control, take the fight to Mayweather, but every time he does, Mayweather backpedals after throwing a left or a right. And we're getting ready to come to the end of a round, another relatively inactive round. Roger Mayweather and Rafael Pineda, neither man becoming favorites to the crowd here in Reno, Nevada. We're at near capacity tonight. This is the Reno Sparks Convention Center with a capacity of 6,400. There's about 6,100 in attendance tonight. As you look around, very few seats are empty. Coming up, the bout that everyone came to see tonight, George Foreman, the resurgent, reborn George Foreman at 69-3 with 65 knockouts, taking on Jimmy Ellis, 16-0-1 with 15 knockouts. Jimmy Ellis in the camp of 10 Goose Boxing, led by Dan Goosen. And in George Foreman's corner tonight, a legendary name, Angelo Dundee, former trainer of Muhammad Ali. Round number 7 of a scheduled 12-round bout for the vacant IBF junior welterweight title. Roger Mayweather at 40-6, having previously won belts in the WBA and WBC, tries for his third. Pineda lunges at him, tries to connect with the left. It glances off the jaw of Mayweather, doing very little damage. Pineda wants to get busy. Mayweather doesn't want to give him a target. But sooner or later, if Mayweather wants a crown, he's going to have to go after it. Two lefts thrown by Pineda. One glances off the nose of Mayweather as Mayweather throws and covers. There's a left jab that connects, does very little damage. There's another left as Pineda moves in. The pattern goes on. Mayweather throws and covers. Pineda stalking him, moves in, throws jabs. Mayweather covers, moves to the left or right, and gets on his heels and backpedals. He's not giving Pineda much of a target, and Pineda is not able to corner him. Mayweather, on the other hand, is not taking the fight to Pineda.
Come on, step back, come on, punch the back, come on.
When you look at Roger Mayweather, it's difficult to say what he has in mind. His face changes very little, as does Pineda's. Now with 50 seconds left, the crowd is getting very vocal about their displeasure in this fight. They want something to happen. Neither man, thus far, willing to give it to them. There's a strong right that glances off the side of the face of Mayweather. There's another left, and a right that misses, goes over the top of Mayweather as he ducks. An overhand right misses. Roger Mayweather in the red corner wearing black trunks. Rafael Pineda in the blue and white in the blue corner. Rafael Pineda tried with a right, missed, threw a left, and caught Mayweather with his arm. We come to the end of round number 7 in a 12-round junior welterweight bout for the IBF championship. Go in round number 8, 5 rounds to go in this IBF junior welterweight title bout. They start out this bout with a decent exchange. Both men, the staple of their punches are left jabs. The power is in the right hand. So you will see a clockwise movement in this fight. Mayweather backpedaling, moving left to right. Now he moves from right to left. He refuses to give Pineda a target. Pineda understandably does not want to move into Roger Mayweather. That's the last thing he wants to do, but something has to get going here for this fight to redeem itself. There is virtually no action thus far because of the defensive techniques of both men, as we have noted earlier. If this fight sets any record at all, it will do so in trips to the refrigerator. Not between rounds, but during rounds. There's a left by Mayweather, glances off the temple of Pineda. A strong left connects. Mayweather smiles ever so slightly before he sets his face once again into that vacant look, giving nothing away and taking very little. The tape on the left glove of Mayweather is beginning to come undone somewhat. It's slight, however, and will not stop the bout. There's a right to the body of Mayweather and a left that follows by Pineda. As busy as anyone's got. Mills Lane, the referee, will not hesitate to tell men to get the fight going. There's a left that connects to the chin of Mayweather. There's a left and a wild right that misses by Mayweather. A left-right combination by Pineda that misses. There's an exchange. There's a left to the chin of Pineda. And Pineda follows suit to the chin of Mayweather. And we come to the end of round number 8.
We're coming the last 4, you gotta pick it up now.
Okay. Take his gloves. Take some of the
Tape right here, Betty. Eddie, we need tape here.
I got it right here. Here, Billy, hang on that.
You gotta pick it up these last 4 rounds.
The guy's strong.
I understand all that, but that ain't got nothing to do with it.
Get on.
Go around a couple times, put it all the way down.
Don't wait till it's over to pick it up.
As we look at the round, here is a strong left by Pineda that puts Mayweather further on his pedals. Later in the round, there's a left to the temple of Pineda. Pineda comes back with a strong left that makes Mayweather backpedal once again. We're at the Reno Sparks Convention Center in Reno, Nevada. This is round 9 of a 12-round IBF junior welterweight title fight. If you were to walk in the middle of this fight, you would wonder whether it was a title fight. Do the men want it? Well, we'll see in this round. Excellent left-right combination by Mayweather. Both men go into a clinch. Now that left glove of Mayweather does halt the fight momentarily as the tape begins to unravel.
The tape right here is good.
I know, but it's going to be bad. Better get it right down.
Roger Mayweather showing signs of discomfort, frustration right now. He wants to get going.
Okay, time in. Here we
well, he's going to have to stop moving backwards and move forward. We have seen more action in this round, however, than we've seen in the previous 8 rounds. Pineda lunging and throwing left-right combination to Mayweather, bounces him off the ropes. Mayweather counters somewhat. Now that tape begins to unravel again on the left glove of Roger Mayweather. Now there's that deceptive technique of Pineda's again. He moves to the right and then throws the opposite punch. It's deceptive, but it also accomplishes very little. When you move the opposite direction of the punch you're throwing, it takes energy out of that punch.
Come on, put my hand behind.
Referee Mills Lane calls time once again.
Come on, let's go, come on.
Tells the fighters, let's mix it up. Mills Lane is a boxer's referee. He does not like to see an action. Once again, Pineda threw a left, but he moved to the right. And he throws a left that connects to the chin of Roger Mayweather. Air escaping out of the mouth of Roger Mayweather. He will not get up from this one. And Mills Lane calls the bout. The new IBF Junior Welterweight Champion from Barranquilla, Colombia, Rafael Pineda. Let's take a look at what happened. There's this left hook, and down goes Roger Mayweather. Interestingly, moments ago, Roger Mayweather from the floor said, what happened? What was the punch? Mills Lane said, he got you with a left hook, Roger. It was a left hook. Here it comes. There's the left, right to the chin of Roger Mayweather. And now the crowd applauds for Roger Mayweather as he gets up off the floor. Here's that punch again. It was the very deception which caused a rather boring fight for 8 rounds. You could see Pineda go towards Roger Mayweather, then he threw from out of nowhere that left hook. And let's look at a very jubilant Rafael Pineda from Barranquilla, Colombia, the new IBF Junior Welterweight Champion.